Hello. Oh, it's a black screen. Hello, everybody. Don't mind that. That was a little mistake for a moment. Welcome back to another Nebula Theatre cast. This is not the debate show, although you should check out Versus Court, considering it had a rebranding, which also will affect Nebula. I don't know if we said that going forward. Right?
We did not specify, but any future Nebula fan battle casts will instead be Nebula versus Quartz.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry. Basically, nothing changes.
Yeah, it'll still be all the matchups that you guys submitted for being members and all that. Firstly, before I introduce everybody, you might notice we are missing somebody. Jobber unfortunately had something come up quite literally last minute. So he and the Kamen Rider character he was going to represent had to be kind of taken out. Not like Kamen Rider fans are really struggling in this community right now, all things considered. But the fourth will be replaced with me bringing up kind of quick fire suggestions like you guys put in the Discord if you ever want to give, your thoughts, and the Discord's just a good place to do that. I am your host, Saul, as always. Today, I have joining me Santi Sherm.
Hello. Hi. How's it going?
And you would only know this by being in the Discord, new team member Pin.
Hello, y'all.
He is a part of the Nebula Theatre brand. So anything he says here will affect the brand.
I am so cool.
Yeah, see,
There we go.
ruined the brand. So, as you know with this cast, we're going to break it down into 3 different parts. First part being, we're actually going to go through your suggestions. There are, street tier matchups that you guys suggested. Basically, because obviously Spider-Man is kind of on the lower, not cosmic tier of matchups, we wanted to highlight some comic street tier matchups from Marvel and DC. So we'll kind of run through and talk about those. Then we'll get on to Spider-Man, since Brand New Day is coming out soon, which I'm pretty excited for, I'm not going to lie. Maybe just because I'm a fan of Michael Mando, and he's finally in the movie, even though he was teased in Homecoming, fucking years ago. And then we'll have Versus Community Highlight, which is everything submitted by you, and yeah, that's how it's going to flow. So, if I can get the tab up. Man, this Discord is so confusing when you can see everything. There we go, Nebula Theatre cast. So, the first matchup we're going to be discussing and kind of just giving our brief thoughts on is Man-Bat versus Blight. The Man-Bat from DC versus Blight from Dead by Daylight. It's one of the more grounded fights for either verse. Both aren't at all strong. It has great potential for a brutal scrap, given how Blight is literally a DBD killer and Man-Bat can fight like an animal. It also has great potential for body horror, given that the Blight serum's gimmick and Man-Bat's general appearance. Seriously, just imagine a blighted Man-Bat. Also, surprisingly, goes deeper into their intelligence than most other of their opponents.
I think it's solid.
Do you two know who the Blight is, like his kind of lore?
Oh yeah, I love Dead by Daylight.
Do you know his history?
I do know his history. I don't know if he's had any characterization post joining the realm, but I know his pre-realm lore.
Yeah, his pre-realm lore is really interesting because he's this guy who actively wanted to get into the entity's realm, right? And he kind of spent years trying to get in. He got casted out to the Void, which is the place where the entity sends all the emotionless husks. And kind of came back as a big blighted monster. He has a serum that he injects into people every Halloween. He's done it to Trapper, Wesker, Xenomorph, a couple of canon characters. I think this is fun. I like the fight. I like a Man-Bat that kind of goes into the horror of him. If you've ever played Arkham Knight, you have shit yourself at that jump scare. I did at age 14.
I think it's interesting because I immediately noticed a contrast where the Blight never fully has, once he's turned himself into a monster, he stays this horrible kind of mad scientist experimenting on people, whereas Man-Bat's trying to get better.
Oh yeah,
so I think that's kind of interesting.
Yeah, I think it's cool. Next one.
I think it'd be cool to see a Man-Bat injected with the gold sauce that I forget what it's called.
It's just the blighted serum.
The blighted Man-Bat sounds fun.
Yeah. Next is US Agent versus Peacemaker, specifically the MCU and DCU versions. I really like this matchup, and is one of the few matchups that I think works better with the live-action adaptations rather than the original comic book ones.
I mean, this is solid.
Yeah, I get it. They're kind of failed heroes in their verse, right? Who kind of step up.
I do wonder, like, because these guys are both, like, currently still part of, like, their movie verses and will almost certainly continue to get more content due to their popularity, so I'm kind of wondering if, like, this works now or if it should be, like, waited on for a bit.
I think we should probably wait on this one. Just because I'm pretty sure if Man of Tomorrow is heading where it kind of heads in the comics, then Peacemaker's gonna be in that movie and probably have a big part. And there's no way that US Agent doesn't have a big part in the upcoming Avengers Doomsday.
I mean, maybe. He did kind of get the... I guess I won't talk about trailer spoilers since that came out, like, yesterday, but yeah.
Yeah. He's gonna have a part, at least.
Probably, yeah.
But
Yeah, the
I like
matchup
this.
seems pretty interesting. I know people really want Peacemaker on the like any versus show, really, and Nebula especially. I think definitely if people want Peacemaker on, I'm assuming they probably want the that version of like the personality
Yeah,
and
John
like
Cena.
the general. Yeah, John Cena's character. The comic version's cool, but like, you know, when people want Peacemaker, they probably want the actual movie version, I'm assuming. US Agent would be really cool to analyze as well. I do like how he's interpreted in the MCU. I haven't totally kept up with the MCU as of late, but I did watch Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and I did watch Thunderbolts, which I believe that's all he's in. So
yeah, that is.
Yeah,
So far, yeah.
that'd be a really cool idea. That sounds really interesting.
Next we have the Spot versus Polka Dot Man. Two dorky villains that are related to spots or dots, and both weirdly enough have some OP powers. Like Polka Dot Man creating a polka dot sun.
Personally, I would love this idea. I will paraphrase by saying, is this like specifically using the comic versions of both characters,
comics.
or okay? They're like, especially for Spot, he's a little bit more boring, I'd say, in the comic version compared to like I think what people think in Spider-Verse. But honestly, personally, I can definitely envision how this matchup would work. There's lots of fun potential. I think like all the holes being everywhere might cause what's that phobia called, like
Tryptophobia.
Yeah, that might spark some people's tryptophobia, I'd assume. But no, this sounds like a fun idea. I'd like to see it.
They're fun. They have a good amount of comic history. I like this.
From what I've seen, modern comics seem to be considering treating Spot more seriously with the popularity of the movie. I do wonder if, like, does this matchup kind of make the Spot out fully as, like, a joke, or does Polka Dot Man also have, like, some interesting characterization that'd be, like, a good parallel?
I think he has some interesting stuff in the comics. Obviously, he had Suicide Squad, where he was played by David Dashimalton, one of my favourite actors of all time. I think it'd be cool.
You know,
and I think there's a cool...
Yeah.
I think there's an interesting contrast if Spot, like, is against somebody who's still kind of treated as a joke, you know?
Yeah, I guess that's just my thought, is I'm wondering, this matchup certainly works, but will Spot, like, eventually outgrow this matchup if, like, he gets more characterization in the future?
Yeah. Next one. Moon Knight versus Alucard from Hellsing. This is just a cool as hell matchup with good banter and power interactions. Yeah.
Can Moon Knight do anything to Alucard? Like, he probably is, like,
I mean,
he's probably faster and stronger, but I'm not sure if he can, like, do anything.
I mean, yeah, he has a bunch of weapons and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm getting a knock at the door, so please continue as I mute.
Yeah, I guess
It's okay.
I can see why this works thematically, like, in terms of, like, them having a similar vibe. I do wonder what Moon Knight's answer to, like, level 0 and stuff would be.
I would absolutely. Hellsing's one of my favorite animes of all time, and I love Alucard. As some people may know, I adore him. So Yeah, and I love Moon Knight. He's one of my favorite Marvel characters. So this would be very fun as like a fight animation. And oh man, the debate's interesting. I don't know who would actually win. Moon Knight's done some crazy stuff in the comics before, but he's fighting an opponent who like I don't know if he could actually kill.
I mean,
Yeah, this is
he
like Moon Knight might have like more traditional like advantages, but I don't know if they're like if he has a win con.
I think he has some stuff that could, like he has liquid nitrogen, which could freeze Alucard.
Oh, maybe,
and would count
maybe.
as an incapacitation, right? And I mean,
Yeah.
he has ways to easily cut through the lives if he needs to, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, regardless of who wins, I think this fight would be really sick. Like as an animation.
he has a stun device which was strong enough to hurt Joe Fix-It Hulk.
Mm.
He has power dampening things, which would be interesting to see if they work on Alucard. They were, I think they were originally supposed to only work on mutants, and then like, they just work, you know,
Yeah.
on people who aren't mutants now. He has a really good shield that recharges in like 15 seconds, so a lot of Alucard stuff isn't really gonna work, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he definitely has a lot of win cons. I'm more thinking of like, I don't really know what Alucard could do to him.
I guess that's true. Like he would dodge most of his attacks and stuff.
And his armor should be way stronger.
That is true.
I think he could just cut through all the lives. It might take a while, but you know. It's not like time is not what he has. He is like insane. And then there's obviously the big guy in the room.
I mean, yeah, if Khonshu pulls up, then I'm not sure what Alucard's doing to that. But I feel like not a lot of Moon Knight matchups are like, and then Khonshu pulls up like Maharaga.
I mean, he's sometimes willing to. I think the only one like that is kind of like Azrael works because he has the mother thingy. The AI that works kind of as like a realistic angel. Anyway, funny enough, moving on, we have Lizard versus Man-Bat. Thematics are quite cool and the interactions between the two would be amazing. Love the aesthetic of having two beasts in a fight. That could be awesome. The analyses could also be pretty cool, especially if you focus on the family and them as people. Yeah, I just really love this one.
I really, really like this idea. I like focusing on like the tragedy of these scientists that were like well-meaning, but then they were abused by the typical comic greedy businessman, and they turn into like or just their own experiments going wrong. But regardless, there's like some problem. The problem is solved, but then they're also monsters now, which is sad. I like the comparison of a lot of these guys that are just trying to do good, but they were not given a good hand.
Yeah, I love this fight. This is one of my favorite Marvel DC ideas. This fight would be just an animalistic monsters fighting each other. I'm curious though, for both of the people on this call, what characterization of like Lizard would we go with? Would he be like his intelligent, like more? He acts more like a person type character, or like Man-Bat, where he's basically just an animal.
I think person.
Like
Well,
monster.
Man-Bat also is intelligent.
Yeah,
now.
he's intelligent now, so he's been.
Oh yeah, I guess they could both be humans if they really wanted to.
Yeah,
Or act human.
I would like them to start like kind of normal and then get more animalistic as time goes on.
Yeah, no, yeah, that could be really cool actually.
I think we
I'd love
just
this
focus
idea.
on whatever version of Lizard and Man-Bat is most competent and threatening.
Yeah. Next one is Flashpoint Batman versus the Punisher.
This idea is pretty fun.
I'm not a huge fan of it, I'm not gonna lie.
I can definitely see like the connections.
Yeah. Flashpoint Batman doesn't really have the history that Punisher has to keep up dynamically, right? When you get into like the Pym particles and even his bigger weaponry, I just don't think Flashpoint plays off of, because I mean he's just not supposed to do that.
Yeah, I think you could argue that Punisher has like a way deeper bag, But I do think Flashpoint Batman does like have like better scaling technically.
Does
Because
he?
like I think he's just genuinely like for whatever reason when he got time travel to canon, he was just like better than any of the Robins. And like they tried to jump him and he was just better. And then he like I think he also was able to beat Batman too. Like he was just like for whatever reason, Thomas Wayne is just like cracked physically. So I feel like he would like put the pause on Punisher, and Punisher would have to resort to like his more like
Esoteric.
situational tech to take the advantage back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems like a cool idea. I know Batman versus Punisher has existed for a very, very, very long time, and that would be cool to see like done with a more grittier, angrier version of Batman. So that makes sense to me. I could see it.
I do kind of like thematically where Punisher is kind of treated as a good thing sometimes, but it's also treated as like he's not really solving the fundamental issues. In a similar way, whereas Batman's usually treated as like a good thing, generally, Thomas Wayne is kind of like isn't actually helping Gotham in the same way that Bruce Wayne is. So I kind of like looking at like these characters that are like traumatized and are trying to like point their anger at the problem but aren't actually doing anything to solve it.
Yeah. Moving on, we have Twice versus Clayface. How much it I like how much it dives into their unique and complex psyches of both characters, as well as just being really fun fight potential wise.
A lot of people love Twice. Twice has never been like my favorite character, but you know, he's cool.
I get the matchup. I don't know if I love the fight.
I do wonder how the dynamic would work.
Especially against Clayface's like size growing. Because he turns into like a big hulking monster a lot, you know?
Yeah.
And I just don't
I mean, I definitely do agree that the comparing their psyches is fun, but I'm just wondering about the other aspects.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely not a bad option. It's not fundamentally bad. I'm just my brain is not immediately latching on to the potential.
I guess we can move on. Next we have Mysterio versus Scarecrow. Still an all-time Marvel versus DC. It's trippy, creepy, and best of all, it's somewhat grounded. Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I think it's arguably like the most interesting like Marvel or Spider-Man Batman like villain pairing arsenal wise.
Yeah.
The this isn't my nitpick because I think it's genuinely a goated matchup, one of the all-time favorites. I don't know if like their characters specifically are all that interesting to me. Like Mysterio and Scarecrow have never been like a top 5 Spider-Man or Batman villain for me. But as a fight, it's kind of phenomenal.
I love their characters. I think there's so many interesting stuffs, especially with Mysterio. He does a lot in comics. He becomes like a film director at some point, along with MJ. And Scarecrow is always fun in a story. I like comparing their illusions to their fear toxin, comparing like how do base to base stack up? How do you compare them more like different variants? What can they actually create? You know? You have one guy who Mysterio was able, when he was grabbed by the Sinister Six as a movie director, he created a 5-mile long desert for them to walk through. But then you have Scarecrow, who, with a little fear box, created a nuclear bomb that blew up all of Gotham City from Batman's perspective, and like charred people to death and stuff. So it's very interesting. It's really fun. The fan battle episode is amazing. It's really good. I did a blog on it. Please check it out. I mean, you don't have to. It's already my most viewed, but please check it out. I would like that.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
There's nothing else to say. It's just great. It's freaking awesome. That's awesome.
Norman Osborn versus Kazuya Mishima. Battle of the evil CEOs with powers. Green Goblin versus Devil Gene.
I can see what they're going for here.
I just think Kazi, like a matchup with him should have more hand to hand in it. Goblin's kind of the last person to throw hands, right? He prefers his tools, his gear, his armors, than like, oh, I'm gonna throw hands with Spider-Man today, right? He has other villains for that. He has Rhino and Tombstone and Kingpin. I just don't think he does the hand-to-hand well.
I certainly think he can do hand-to-hand, but it's not like his focus.
Yeah.
I think everyone remembers when Tobey Maguire and Willem Dafoe were like just really a bloody brawl at the end of the first Sam Raimi movie.
Sure, but there's a difference between Tobey Spider-Man, who is not a hand-to-hand fighter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with Saul. I think that you can have a cool hand-to-hand with Goblin, but like if you're doing a Norman or a Goblin episode, it should be focused on his like wacky tools and armors and stuff like that. Yeah,
I do wonder what people would want to give Norman for this one, because I feel like it's not debatable at all if you just give him like his standard Goblin gear. But I think it's hard to argue he should get other stuff, because Kazuya doesn't really have like tech or other stuff that would like be a parallel. He kind of just is himself. So it'd be weird to like argue Iron Patriot or stuff in this specific pairing.
Yeah.
Just Norman without any gear versus just Kazuya.
Bareback brawl. But yeah. Let's move on. This person just says that they like Bullseye versus Deadshot. Yeah, really cool. Like it a lot. Assassin's one guy who is just kind of a paid to hire type thing. There isn't a lot of like hate or malice behind his assassinations, and then crazy motherfucker who uses quite literally everything as a throw-in weapon, from like cards to probably a fucking cracker if you give it to him. Like, it's good, it's insane. It's probably one of the closest kind of like Marvel DCs that there are out there, just because like at the end of the day they can't take a lot of hits, you know? It's cool, I like it a lot, it's fun. I'm gonna start speeding these up because we still have quite a few to get to, and we are getting to the half-an-hour mark.
It's a very cool idea. It doesn't stand out for me amongst other Marvel or DC ideas, but it's definitely solid in its own right.
Yeah, it's my favorite one. It's my favorite of all time. So yeah, I love it.
But you don't get to talk about it because Saul's moving us on.
Well,
it's fine. It's fine.
We're nearly at the half-an-hour mark, and these sections are supposed to be on the smaller side. So no. Kraven versus Bane. Some of the strongest and most dangerous criminals to an animal-themed hero travel the world to fight these heroes, study them for months, and plan how to defeat them. Yeah, very fun. Probably Bane's best matchup, right? I like the fight. I think the debate is probably really interesting. I think Bane would...
Hey, look at that. My third favorite Marvel versus DC matchup. Look at that.
I think Bane would fucking snap Kraven in half if he got his hands on him. But I don't know if Kraven would let that happen because of his agility.
My favorite Kraven comic, and I'll say this briefly, this is all I have to say about the matchup because I think it's just solid in general, is when Vulture was labeling himself as like Spider-Man's #1 villain.
No.
And they posted in the newspapers. And then Kraven was like, the fuck are you talking about? And then Kraven pulled up the Vulture in the middle of like a Spider-Man fight. It was like, hey, wait. You're talking some mad shit and just started fighting Vulture. It was great.
That's funny. Next one is Madcap versus the Creeper. Best described as broken funhouse mirror versions of Deadpool versus Batman. Horribly insane and extremely hard to kill maniacs. One's a supervillain and the other is a reckless vigilante who just had a bad day to permanently scar them. I think it offers a really unique look at a comic book character, lesser known. Can have a lot of history and fear to bring all of. I love Creeper.
Is this the guy that accidentally fused himself with Deadpool and became like Deadpool's thought process or something?
Yes, that's Madcap.
Interesting. That's all I know about him.
Creeper is
he's an interesting character.
Creeper is one of the best DC characters. I love him. I love his
really.
I love Creeper. He's awesome.
Fun.
Yeah,
he's amazing in like Brave and the Bold and stuff.
I never heard of this match before. This is interesting. I like this idea. Very cool. I like it.
Next we have Vigilante from DC versus Two Gun Kid from Marvel. Comic book gunslingers who have been teammates with the Justice League and Avengers. Would make fun seeing their histories explode, and they need more gunslinger episodes, which, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd love to see Vigilante. He's great.
We do need more gunslinger episodes. Is this the one to do? Because I feel like this is a very, very, very obscure characters to pick.
Yeah.
Like, we're not even doing Jonah Hex, we're doing Vigilante.
And Two Gun Kid.
And that's like I can't wait for that Nebula theater to get 1,000 views.
Yeah.
I would love more cowboy episodes. I love the cowboy aesthetic.
Yeah, I think it's interesting. Next we have two Wolverine ones, so we'll kind of talk with them in conjunction. First is Wolverine versus Bigby Wolf, and then Old Man Logan versus The Last Ronin. Old Man Logan versus The Last Ronin, I feel, has been talked to death as of late, just because of the media coming out around them. Very fun. I mean, had a cast from fucking Death Battle at this point. That's how popular it's getting. Very good, very tragic. Very fun. Wolverine versus Bigby Wolf. I really like the idea. It's a shame Bigby's creator and like the comic guy is really bad, like a horrible individual. But considering Telltale is like reclaiming Bigby again since they're releasing Wolf Among Us 2, I love this idea. I love the idea of this taking place in a bar, you know? I wonder if you go on, Shane.
If I had to pick between the two, I think I like Wolverine versus Bigby a little more in a vacuum. It just depends on if season 2 does well.
Yeah, I think it's fun. I've just got an interesting debate because apparently Bigby in the original novels like might scale higher than Wolverine. So it kind of goes to like kind of he overtax his regeneration, which will be interesting. Like I love. If there's anything about me when it comes to matchups, if you can have a bar fight where everything takes place in a bar, then like that's my forte. I love close range fights like that. It's amazing. Wolverine has like a really good spread. This is the one for me. Maybe you'll see him on Find a Matchup because the Wolverine game's coming out, so it would make sense. Next we have Shocker versus Captain Cold. I'm pretty sure we talked about this recently.
Yeah, we talked. I think it was like we did talk about it recently. I don't remember the context, but we definitely talked about it like within the last month.
I mean, I think I picked it.
About it. I love this idea. It's very cool. There we go.
Cool. The skipping over one because we already talked about it. It was US Agent versus Peacemaker again. Again, specifically the show version. So you were right in terms of people want to see the John Cena.
Yeah.
And then number 6 from My Hero Academia versus Superior Spider-Man.
Ooh, I love Superior Spider-Man. He's one of he'd be so cool to bring on. Oh man, I loved him in Superior Spider-Man on.
So so cool. The idea is villains who are born in laboratory experiments who want to take over the mantle of a hero and show that they are better than them. And basically, I believe, get what they want and but become like they have a manifestation of an inspirational figure that mentored the superhero inside their head. They make everything to take the guy they hate out of the picture so they can't be in their place. But Overclock kind of embraces evil and tries to kill the protagonist while Otto kind of gives up being Spider-Man, you know?
Yeah. Oh man, that sounds like a really cool idea. I would love to bring Superior Spider-Man on. He's one of my favorite Spider-Man variations. Oh, he's so cool.
You know, people say that there's been too much like My Hero Academia, but clearly the people are still hungry.
Yeah. Otto would be so cool, especially if we're just focusing on Superior. I love Superior Spider-Man. It's one of my favorite just kind of arcs in comics. It's so interesting. They do such good things with Otto. They fucking reset it by the time he comes back, and that's like my biggest gripe with Marvel ever. It's like they do such an interesting thing with Otto and his story, and it's like, oh, fuck you, he's back, but he's evil again. It's like, fuck!
So don't you like the immutable, iconic status quo, though, as like a cultural zeitgeist thing?
Auto does
Really?
not need to always be in the cultural zeitgeist. There aren't enough.
Man.
There aren't enough Otto Octavius fans outside of Alfred Molina's portrayal of Spider-Man 2 that are asking for the fucking status quo.
And that one turned good anyway.
Otto's arc in Superior Spider-Man is so good. It's so good. Oh man.
Yeah, but he one-shots.
I love it.
He one-shots Armazola, so I don't care. And that is the end of that section. That is, we went through literally every matchup. Apart from some that I skipped over because they were like repeats, you know?
Yeah.
Next, we're gonna talk about Spider-Man. Brand new day is coming out very soon. Will they make Tom Holland Spider-Man suffer again? Well, yes. If you've seen, they've basically posted the entire fucking movie in like 6 trailers. And they keep doing it. They did it today, by the way. They did it today. It's like, oh, here's the final trailer. Fuck off.
I really like the repeating Spider-Man stealing the Punisher rocket launcher gift that created.
Yeah. That's a funny one. Yeah, I love that gif. And we're going to be talking about three and then a collective of opponents. Very briefly, that one will be pretty brief. We have Batman, Mega Man, and Robert Robertson III.
Mecha Man. We got 3 men to talk about today. 4 men, really.
Yeah. I will start. So, Batman. Spider-Man vs. Batman is kind of the classic playground matchup, right? If you're a kid and you're a power scaler, I know I asked this question in my fucking teenage years, sitting in a class that I wasn't paying attention to with my friend, asking who you think would win, Batman or Spider-Man. Death Battle did this, but they did this all the back way in season 1, right? This was when things weren't, like, very heavily researched. It was kind of just based on vibes a lot of the time, where they could only do so much for an animation because it was just Ben animated. Spider-Man vs. Batman could have some of the greatest analyses in Death Battle. I think I can just say that, right? They have such an extensive history that both compare up with each other. Their losses, their tales as becoming heroes every single time they've wanted to back down. All the times that they've tried to redeem their villains. Their relationships and how they've loved and lost and died and been brought back. I think this would be an amazing episode that I would love to do. The fight potential is off the chart. You have Batman's kind of kick-assery stealth and gadgets versus Spider-Man's spider sense, his webs, his acrobatics. I am so passionate for this idea. My God, Death Battle, why I need this, and I really want us to do it, because I feel like Nebula Theatre could show that passion, could show why we love these characters. It would be more focused again on the street side of Batman. Batman kind of had a progression in Death Battle where we went kind of street, and then we jumped to Hellbat, right? Hellbat, Justice Buster against Iron Man, which works for that matchup, but I would love to go back. Batman Arkham City is my second favourite game of all time, and I play it every year. I would love to have that kind of grounded nature of Batman in this. I think this is amazing. I think this is the one we should do. I think it's just waiting to happen at this point. Mega Man.
The Blue Bomber himself. I like this matchup a lot. This is genuinely one of my favorite matchups. I like it a lot. I've always been a big fan of Mega Man as a kid. I played his games. It was a lot of fun. I kind of like just saving the day as Mega Man. I like comparing Mega Man to Peter Parker a lot because like they both they were like a simple everyman that eventually they kind of take up it's very simple theme, but it's like they took on the responsibility of being the hero. I like that theme of responsibility a lot. I also like I think it's a cool connection how Spider-Man like inspired generations of other Spider-Men in the Marvel universe, similar to how Mega Man there are more Mega Men after him for decades, centuries, thousands of years afterwards. Like Spider-Man and Mega Man are like the OG heroes of their verse that inspired a whole lineage of heroes that I really like. But beyond all that, beyond like the cool heroic responsibility connections and the larger like meta OG connections, what I really really like about this matchup is I think this is the best matchup for Spider-Man when it comes to dynamic. I think what's really really cool about Spider-Man is all the arsenal he builds up over the years and specifically all his different strategies and techniques and equipment he comes up to counter his large variety of villains. I think Mega Man is basically could be every single Spider-Man villain wrapped up in one. We have like Spider-Man's fought a bunch of flame people and has came up with webbings and other stuff to fight against fires. Mega Man has fire stuff. Spider-Man has fought against so many grenades and rockets and explosions. Mega Man has those rockets and explosions. Spider-Man has like webs that can like wrap up and deal with like liquids. He has like he can redirect electricity. He has gels and webbings that can deal with ice powers. He can hack things. I think Spider-Man has so much cool technology that would only necessarily be relevant in a matchup like some against someone like Mega Man that has such a large variety of different elemental and different types of weaponry that we could really utilize.
Teacher.
I think we could go into.
I have a question.
What?
When you're ready.
What's up?
I don't know if you want to keep going for a minute. I just want to say I have a question.
I kind of like got to the main point. I would say where I think like Mega Man is this huge arsenal, and we could really, really use all of Peter's different varieties of web fluids and suits and technology and vehicles that we really couldn't use in a lot of other Spider-Man matchups. I like there's this one web where he like created like a tornado of webbing to catch like a bunch of money. I think it'd be cool to see him like using webs to like escape the black hole. I think there'd be a ton of cool interactions. But also Mega Man doesn't just stand there and like shoot. He's a highly mobile character. He's in a platformer. His whole thing is like dodging around and sliding, so they'd be like sliding and dodging around each other. I think it works extremely well.
I've seen questions from the censors. What does Spider-Man do against Mega Man's kind of high tier stuff? More thinking stuff like stop in time or the black hole that he does. Kind of because he's not just this kind of low tier element individual, which I do think is a big part of his kit that sometimes gets ignored. But what about his bigger stuff? Spider-Man can't really play off of that, can he?
I think his bigger stuff is generally a little overrated for the most part. Like he has a black hole, which is great, but it's a black hole that stays where it is and then disappears. And also, you can pour concrete on it, and the black hole gets sealed in concrete. So I think you could that could be a fun interaction where he seals up the black hole with webbing, just like it gets sealed up with concrete. But also, I think the black hole is actually really cool dynamically because that's like a suction thing. Spider-Man himself, not to get into scaling, but Miles Morales has used his webs to escape from black holes before, so like that's fine. Time stop, that's just a thing that like Mega Man can't really use any other powers when he's using it. How does Spider-Man deal with the Astro Man power that just summons a range of meteors, showering and killing down millions? Well, when Mega Man does it, he doesn't shower down and kill millions. But even then, it's just like Spider-Man's dodged meteors before.
Yeah.
Like I think it would not be hard at all to show Spider-Man dodging a bunch of meteors falling from space. That'd be really cool, actually.
Honestly, him like webbing one up and then like throwing it back could be cool. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. He has like armor that can like reflect lasers. Like he has a ton of cool equipment that would be like pointless in most Spider-Man matchups, but we could really use Spider-Man's arsenal to the fullest in a matchup like this. And it is genuinely my pick for a Spider-Man matchup if we were to pursue one. I really love this idea.
Last on the document, which was actually picked by individual known as Zorro, who also couldn't be here, funny enough. This one is just kind of like this cast is cursed, just like Spider-Man writers never, given him a day off. The Nebula theatre cast never get a day off from life. Robert Robertson III. Luckily for us, there was a certain individual who wanted to come on and rep him because he also really likes that matchup. Pin, take it away.
Hello, everybody. It's me. Robert Robinson III. If you've played Dispatch, which I'm assuming you have, this
haven't.
matchup. Oh, you haven't?
No.
Okay. So Robert's. Okay, you really haven't? Oh,
No,
okay.
so I bought it for a friend who was meant to stream it for me, but his PC has just like died, so he hasn't been able to
Oh,
stream it.
I should get it for you, man.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Hey, yeah,
So
I'll be down.
basically, here's Robert's story very quickly summarized. I don't want to take up too much time. Basically, Robert was he was the son of a hero called Mecha Man, and his dad was murdered by a supervillain. And Robert has spent the rest of his life sort of in the state of responsibility, where he takes on the mantle of Mecha Man and becomes the hero in this very strange, depressed, kind of just self-destructive state. Um, and his family was like super rich, and he blows all of his money to like keep repairing the Mecha Man suit. He basically foregoes his entire life to take on the responsibility his father left behind. Now, from that description, similar to Peter, how when Uncle Ben died, he also took on this responsibility as Spider-Man. Now Uncle Ben was not Spider-Man, but you can correlate like a similar kind of circumstance with Peter that Robert has. Robert, with the Mecha Man suit, he's insanely big. So immediately you're thinking, okay, what, Spider-Man's this like normal dude, he's going to fight this pretty, not like giant robot, but pretty big size robot. Well, actually, Peter does fight giant monsters in, the comics. Like, I would say it's probably similar to size, maybe a little bit bigger than like Rhino. But he also fights that Goblin variant who's like way bigger than Robert is.
Yeah,
what's cool about
I'd say in a comic today, I literally just saw Miles fight fucking Fing Fang Foom, who is a massive dragon, way big. Like I know some people have mixed thoughts on this matchup, but if you genuinely look at me and go, how can Peter play off of a giant-sized like individual? I would have problems. Like half of the things he fights with teams and stuff are giant.
Yeah, what would be cool about this analysis also is to see, like they both try to like redeem flirtatious villains with Invisigal and Black Cat, and they also have more heroic relationships. Like they have like a really mixed love life and friendships, and they try to work more solo, but from time to time they do team up with other characters, to their more reluctance than anything else. I think what would be cool about this fight is Robert's abilities. He has a laser sword. He's got rockets. He has laser guns. He's a force field around himself. He can blow fire. I think you could have a really cool dynamic of Spider-Man swinging, and like also Robert can fly in the air. So you could have him flying in the air while Peter's swinging against him, punching him. I think what a really cool scene is, if anybody's seen Infinity War, when that giant guy, I don't remember his name, is like about to hit Iron Man and Peter catches the giant fist like pretty easily. I think it'd be cool to show off Spider-Man's strength by Robert trying to punch Peter, and Peter, also punches it and like shatters maybe like one of the Mecha Man fingers or something. That could be really interesting. The debate is probably pretty close. Robert is around, I believe, large building level, I'm pretty sure. Now Peter can get like crazy high depending on what kind of equipment he has and whatnot. But I'm assuming for this fight, you probably keep him to like what he standardly has, for his matchups, like his weapons and whatnot. Yeah. And Robert, he's fought his variety of opponents similar to Peter. Yeah, I think this fight can be really interesting from an analysis and an interesting fight dynamic that Peter doesn't normally have. Yeah.
Ben, are you trying to tell me you don't want to include the webs that insta-hack robots or the vibranium nanites that eat metal in this fight?
Yeah.
Why not? What could
no.
possibly be wrong with that?
So
not really.
You should be, in a moment, you should be seeing a poll go live for the options, the three options today on who you think Spider-Man's best matchup is for Nebula Theatre. This will be live throughout the next section, and the thing that we are going to talk about right now, which is you guys submitted some matchups, and we're going to quickly kind of go through, give our thoughts. This is going to be kind of very brief and very sporadic, but we want to highlight, obviously, if you guys are giving us submissions. Also, as you might be able to tell, this was meant to be Peter Parker, because Spider-Man. If it was somebody else...
Yo, the poll is next. Sorry.
Don't talk about the poll for a minute. You have to wait. So, first we have the two who didn't make it here, which was the Blue Ranger and Kamen Rider. What's his last name? Ningo, is it?
I thought it was Nigo.
Oh, yeah. So from what I read into Kamen Rider, he is, funny enough, a freelance photographer. Which, hey, you already got the connection with Peter, right?
Yeah.
He, I believe, from what I saw, he was kidnapped by an organization to become a fighter to battle against another Kamen Rider. Before, the original Kamen Rider, saved him and left him to become, like, the successor of, him, right? So he's kind of following in the shoes. Yeah, he seems to be a interesting individual. Jobber was meant to talk about this, but I still wanted to at least highlight it. He seems pretty cool. He does a lot of hand-to-hand stuff. He has healing that he's able to do. He has a few forms that I can see that allow him to do, like can do, like, infrared vision. He can, like, give himself strength to jump really high. Yeah, it seemed cool. Blue Ranger was, I believe, Klein wanted to talk about that one, right?
Interesting. Okay.
I thought it was Jobber that wanted to talk about Nigo.
Yeah, that's what I said. I'm on about the Power Ranger.
Oh, sorry, I got Kamen Rider and Power just confused again. I apologize.
I apologize because we don't know. I at least don't know anything about Kamen Rider or Power Rangers, really.
Yeah,
so I'm very sorry for that.
So basically, Spider-Man versus the Blue Ranger is that they are nerdy, bully, unlucky individuals who receive powers through circumstances, becoming masked, colourful individuals. They are associated with, like, an Earth animal, have affiliation with superhero teams. They are geniuses who invent gadgets and gizmos. They're from a long legacy of heroes. The Blue Ranger has, like, his morpher, which allows him super strength, automatic fighting skills, morphing grid protection. He can teleport. He has, like, a power lance, which can, like, generate electricity. His armor enhances his stats even more. He has a blade blaster. Yeah.
Yeah, really quick, Saul. What Blue Ranger is this? Is this like Mighty Morphin Blue Ranger, or is this like a specific version of them?
Yeah, this is
I believe it is Mighty Morphing Blue Ranger.
Yeah.
Because he actually has, like, a long history after the original series.
Billy.
He, like, comes
Billy.
back a lot.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I don't know about Power Rangers. I don't know if it's like a composite thing. Like,
No.
So I'm just curious.
So yeah, those are the two that the team wanted to highlight, but there's a few that got brought up in the community. One of the ones I saw brought up a lot was either the TMNT or Donatello specifically out of the TMNT. This one makes sense, especially Donatello on his own. I prefer Donatello rather than the other TMNTs because I think he bounces off Peter the best. And while Peter can work in group fights, I would rather the TMNT as a group fight another group, right? The others kind of feel slapped in there, especially for the thematics, right? Spider-Man, people are saying that they like it because Spider-Man could use, like, more of his gear. Kind of what you said, similar to Mega Man, right?
Hey, it's what the people want.
Yeah, they want to see Spider-Man's tech.
I love Spider-Man versus the TMNT. That's like one of my favorite Spider-Man ideas. I personally like Spider-Man matchups that have them like more in unconventional fights, like Mega Man and Mecha Man and things like that in the TMNT. I really like. I don't know why I like that, but I think it's just cool.
Apart from that, like a lot of the ones that were mentioned were just like Batman or Robert. Or Donatello. There was Yuji.
Which Robin?
No.
Yuji Itadori seems interesting.
Yeah, plays off of Yuji's morality really well, contrasting with one in Hero Complex with Peter's firm belief in justice. Also, like, they're both close-quartered scrappers.
I just think the idea of Yuji constantly cutting Spider-Man's webs, like, making them fall, is really funny.
That'd be cool.
So yeah, that was kind of the main ones.
There's Blue Beetle, which you assume uses Ted Cord, which is pretty fun.
Yeah, I like Ted. Ted as
I
well.
think Ted, Peter, and Billy is like a matchup triangle.
And Donatello, I believe. Could be part of that as a
And
square.
there's a matchup square.
Yeah. So those are the Spider-Man matchups. Thank you for your submissions. I'm going to put us on the starting soon screen, and then we can move to versus community highlights. Bye-bye, everybody.
Hello, everybody. Can you hear us?
Yeah, they can hear you now.
Are we audible?
Yeah, they can hear you. Audio output capture 2 is... Oh! Yeah. An audio input capture... Oh, okay. Hi, guys. So, we've picked 4 things today. Wow, isn't that so cool? 3 submitted by you, 1 that I kind of threw in here last minute because, I remembered. Right. That something's come out. So, we're going to be looking at Minecraft Story Mode versus Minecraft, a Minecraft fight animation. Sit back and enjoy the show, and tell me if you guys can hear it on stream end. Tropitaka will tell me.
I'm going to show you.
You are such a cornball.
No, not the obsidian black hole of teleportation.
Don't you guys know that's what happens in Minecraft?
Is that what it looks like in the nether every time? No wonder everyone's scared when we show up.
I like this animation.
Ow!
Uh-oh. They're having some kind of cultural difference, and they're gonna fight over it.
2 random people attack mute individuals who've wandered into town. This is not looking good for you, Jesse.
Hey, the mute people started it, alright?
Oh,
damn! So profile are you?
dude, Jesse, you're getting your butt kicked right now, dude. Dang! Oh my god! This is a beatdown.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, get fucked.
That's really fun.
I also chose this one because obviously we did collective versus admin, so maybe this is kind
it's
of
really cool to see.
look at. Oh, that could be.
Yeah, I love kind of. There's a lot of Minecraft 3D animations that look really, really good.
I love Alex's face.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, this person's done some other Minecraft
Oh.
animations. I think they did like Maki Zenin's Massacre, but in Minecraft. It was really good.
That sound always used to scare me as a kid.
They're gonna pull the move the lizard people did in Elder Scrolls. Reverse invasion.
What they get oh my gosh, they're gonna allow them to revive? That's not fair.
Alex is with the times, and Steve
Oh,
is
that's
a boomer,
really cool.
sticking
That's
with
really
the diamond.
cool. Oh wow.
And they've got their armor.
Round 2.
Damn. Oh, I like the detail I would knock
way
the...
back.
Yeah, I like the detail I would knock the portal off.
That's fun. Damn, the uppercut.
Alternative dimensions do exist in Minecraft Story Mode if you didn't see the cast, so this could plausibly happen as well.
Hey, did they finally get Minecraft Story Mode finally gets Minecraft scaling?
Why do they have trapdoors for their ceiling?
It's just an aesthetic
For
choice.
aesthetic.
Yeah.
These guys aren't true Minecrafters.
Probably was a bitch to put in. Oh damn, he like Fortnited on him. Well, Steve, are you okay?
The recoil knocked him out. They're doing a lot of punching, which I wasn't aware that they was their go-to.
I know why they used the spawn egg, but it would have been really funny if she quick built that. Who is this Iron Golem, bro? Oh my god!
For a second, I thought she was gonna like catch the fist. Or... Oh dang!
You were correct.
Oh my god!
Get in a boat, loser. Lore accurate, Alex.
Oh!
Yeah, they always portray Alex.
This is awesome.
They always portray Alex in the ads as like the more combative one, right?
Yeah.
And Steve is like the builder.
Is that why he still has diamond armor and Alex
Yeah.
has the netherite?
And this is where he summons the Witherstorm.
Is super flashy.
Well,
Oh,
they
they're
just
showing now.
Okay. Cool. Jesse, come on. What lesson?
If Steve killed Jesse, would that have been forever?
Yeah, I think so.
Because I don't think revives is a thing in story mode.
It
It's
isn't.
not?
No, it's not.
I didn't know that.
When people die, they die. It's like a big plot point.
Damn, Steve almost committed a horrible crime.
Is there any? Is there?
There's no laws. in
Yeah, I was gonna say, is there
Minecraft.
laws in this Minecraft world, like in story mode? Yeah, but now they're in like.
Steve just kills,
Yeah.
That was really good.
That
That
was-
was really, really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, that's great. Minecraft animation's so cool.
I love that.
Should I-
That was so
I
cute.
would
Dude,
love to
just
do a
called it.
Minecraft episode of Nebula series.
So we did blogs last time, but the blogs that we covered don't actually have to be new, right? You can kind of submit.
Yeah.
You can submit whatever blog you want. It can be made by anybody, and we'll be down to look at it. So at these individuals, they are the yet another versus blog people. In 2023, I really wish Sora was here because he's the big mythology nut, right?
Yeah.
Zeus versus Odin. So they kind of cover it in the same kind of mythology and historical sources, right?
As far as I'm aware, this is kind of like the best mythology blog right now.
It is big, so we're not
Really
gonna
well
not
done.
gonna do all of it because look, if you're looking at how much I'm scrolling and then
Yeah.
I can't
I think
read,
just like
bro.
talking about this is kind of like I feel like this is like the first step that really like made it possible for other people to kind of understand the best way to go about it.
yeah.
Like, so too bad Imager's blocked in wherever Saul lives.
I live in the UK, okay? The
That's rough.
the image blocking app did not do me justice, okay? So
NordVPN,
Who did this
can
block
you
again?
sponsor us?
yet another versus blog.
Just want to give a shout out. This must have taken forever.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for doing this.
Hey, look, we have a
This
gift.
is awesome.
Out of War.
Yeah, they're using it as visuals.
Yeah.
Since
What?
you know,
I know.
the rest is
God of
blocked.
War. Dislike.
But you see the stuff that
Never
Zeus can
mind.
do, his weather, his shapeshifting,
Yeah.
transmutation. Again, I feel like this was a real stepping stone, like you said, right? Hey,
Yeah.
Zagreus.
We're kind of just like zooming through it, so there's not like a ton to talk and comment about it besides just talk about the matchup in general. But I think this blog is just very cool for being like, in my mind, this is like one of those staple blogs that is worth going back to a lot just because it like does what it does very, very well. Kind of going over both
Yeah.
Norse and Greek
It's kind of
scaling
like
and how to go about it.
it's kind of like we can't really take the time to sit down and read everything, right?
If we scroll down to the bottom, who do they say wins?
Let's just skip to the
Let's
end.
do what everyone does on blogs and just skip right to the end.
Please don't. Oh my gosh.
Viewers at home, I highly recommend that you please read this on your own.
I guess we won't say who wins because we can't even find the
Yeah.
verdict. So I
You know
guess
what?
viewers at home, you read this blog and tell us who wins. You all love correcting us. Correct us by telling us who wins in the comments.
You know what?
but
I'm
you have to read
gonna
it.
say this now.
You
I think
can't skip to
Zeus
the
is
end. You
gonna
have to
win.
read the whole thing.
Which, like,
I think
yeah,
Zeus
that's
wins.
cool. So
It's a really good blog.
yeah, it's kind of, I wanted to note it because, again, if Zora was here, you'd want to ramble about it.
It's just really cool to like learn about all these different like stories that they've both been in and what they're capable
Yeah,
of doing.
like they do all the spells.
Yeah,
It's really cool.
it's just a great blog.
So we wanted to highlight it, kind of talk about it, talk about the matchup. Let's move on. We have 2 trailers. So first is Inuyasha versus Ichigo.
Riot Rumble is coming back.
Yeah.
That's a great sprite, Rick.
I don't really know much about both. Outside of the Bleach stuff that I've had fed to me by Blown. I feel like the Monsters versus it. You know when Bob's getting fed all the carrot stuff?
Yeah.
That's what I feel.
The voice acting goes hard.
They have...
Those are great rigs. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is, this looks like it's going to be really good, especially if you're a fan of both. Again, there's not really much that I can comment on.
It's part of like this whole like rewind rumble 1 minute melee thing that I was never quite sure because the channels kept changing, so I could never keep track of what was happening. But if y'all were able to keep up, then more is on the way.
I would.
Saul, really quick, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Does it say in the description who's animating this fight?
Discovery.
I have not heard Discovery before. Discovery, if you see this video, you clearly are doing a very good job.
I also love this.
Those rigs look awesome.
I also love this. No AI is used
Very
in the
important.
making. Unfortunately, you kind of have to specify that with some of the stuff we've seen.
Yeah.
But it's like, yeah, so if you are a fan, again, I would love to talk about specific details in the trailer, like maybe there's references I'm not catching, you know? But
This is really good.
last time we did talk about Kane versus Tenor. And Fan Battle finally released their trailer on it, so we should check it out.
This animation.
It's like, I recognize the style. I think I know who's animating I think I exactly know who's animating the 3D bits.
I love that. He's the rhino. The voices are also really good.
So,
They
so
they clearly seem to use some of the Deltarune
tennis rights.
animations, but
Yeah.
it works with what they've done for Tenna so well.
So there's a lot to break down and talk about here. Obviously, like, we have the start where it seems to be they're getting dragged.
Are Kane's eyes that red in the back normally? Or
Yeah,
is
they
it
are.
custom?
I believe that they pretty much are.
I'd never noticed that watching the actual show.
So it seems like Tennor's going to be pulling them into a game show. I love the little...
Yeah.
I love how they kind of have, like, gangles in, like, Zubal's arms, it seems, if you look in the background, and you have... So something's clearly going on. I think that's Rambert, funny enough.
Yeah, I was about to ask about that. I was like, what's going on?
Yeah, what's going on with Rambert? I love this scene of him falling through the circus, catching the bat. You can clearly see they're going for the gag potential with this. They're in the fucking...
Yeah.
They're in the mart. So, from what I know... I didn't actually know this, but apparently RECD is a pretty big, like, creator. He did, like, Friday Night Funkin' stuff.
Okay.
Like, he's done, like, I think he did, like, Friday Night Funkin', like, with lyrics. So, like, people told me this is a really big deal, which I was like, oh, that's cool. I don't know much about Universe Kami.
Ready to call it a day?
So, obviously playing into the gags, there's a bunch of additional voices. FMT, Clover, hi Clover, Hyper Starman. I like this, like the gun deal that's clearly going on.
Yeah.
This is good.
Oh
Like
man,
the
this is
tenor
gonna
and
be
the thing.
so
This
cute.
is my
I'm so
this is
excited.
my favorite shot so far of just the entire crew. I love Lanio and Elena with their sunglasses. I love how they have fucking rules in the background because he
Hell yeah.
canonically is a part of Tenna's team, but Tenna doesn't.
The
just
MVP of this debate.
He is the MVP, which means Tenna could win this. Bubble seems to grab them all and then drops them on them. And then the Gurren Lagann drill.
The Simone
Yeah.
Kyle type thing.
So, yeah. Apart from that, that is it. That's all
Really good.
we have to cover today. And ending the poll off, it seems that Robert and Mega Man have tied for second place.
Oh,
And Batman has won. Also,
congratulations.
thank you, Ranger Forever, for the donation.
In the beginning,
Oh.
Batman and Mega Man were tied, but then Batman pulled ahead and Mecha Man pulled up to Mega Man's level.
Yeah. So it's 20 votes, so I think it might be like there's barely even a split, right? Like,
That's a pretty. I mean, yeah, it's 34. It's 30-30-40. That's pretty close.
yeah. But apart from that, let's put us back on screen. That is it. That's all we've got to talk about and cover today. So thank you for tuning in. It has been a fun time talking about Spider-Man. We will get those photos of him one day. I had to make that joke once, because if nobody was. Now, obviously this month has been a little bit all over the place with the Nebula team. However, the schedule is actually being stuck to for a minute. So on the 30th, which is one of the last times, I think it's the very last thing actually, yeah. Percy Jackson versus Michael Vey is happening. As a cast paid for by our good members. Apart from that, I've
Exciting.
been your host Sol. This has been the ever lovely Santi Sherm, and probably we'll see him on more casts if we ever need an additional person. Pin, who is now officially part of the Nebula Theatre family. Great to have him as always. And thank you. We'll catch you next time. Bye everybody.
Bye.
Goodbye.